The price of a bow. Richard Adami was a man who measured worth not in silver, but in the sincerity of a good deed. He taught his children, Caleb and Vanessa, that a heart bowed in humility was a far greater treasure than a crown of gold. Caleb absorbed these lessons like dry earth drinks the rain. He grew into a young man whose kindness was as deep as his understanding. His humble manner opened doors, earned him respect, and led him to quiet success that pleased his father deeply. Vanessa, however, grew tall, beautiful, and hard. She saw humility as a weakness and kindness as a burden. Her sharp wit was often aimed at others, a lance of arrogance that wounded swiftly and carelessly. This pride was a poison. It soured her relationships and eventually cost her a coveted position. For months, rejections piled up like unwanted stones, and as her misfortune grew, so did a strange, inexplicable illness that doctors could not diagnose. Desperate, Richard and Caleb sought the wisdom of Baba Anabi, a renowned herbalist. The old man's eyes were ancient and clear. The body suffers not from fever, but from the shadow of pride, he declared. It is fed by the bitter tears of one Vanessa has wronged. Vanessa's mind raced through a gallery of faces she had slighted. Then, a memory surfaced with brutal clarity. Ruth, the poor widow who sold delicious food from a street stall. Vanessa had mocked her simple clothes, refused to pay for her meal, and shamed her publicly. Realization brought immediate shame and tears. Richard helped his daughter rise, and the family went together to the market. There was Ruth, just as before, tending her small stove, her face etched with the quiet dignity of one who had endured much. Vanessa stumbled forward and dropped to her knees. "Ruth," she whispered, her voice choked, "I have carried your bitter tears in my body. Please, I beg you, forgive me." Ruth's expression remained unyielding, a mix of old pain and current surprise. "Forgiveness," Ruth said, her voice quiet but firm, "is earned with a humble heart. Prove to me that the sharp woman who stood before me is gone. Serve the market crowd, on your knees, just as you saw fit to humiliate me before them." Vanessa did not hesitate. Her tears fell onto the dusty ground, cleansing not just the dirt, but the stubborn pride that had crippled her. Plate after plate, she served the curious and silent crowd, her once elegant hands stained with the simple sauces of the street. Finally, the last plate was handed over. Vanessa sat back on her heels, exhausted and utterly empty of pride. Ruth walked to her, placed a hand on her bowed head, and smiled. "May the tears you caused me never return to you again, child.